Hey everybody, how are you all doing today? So, this is going to be another gender presentation related product review. And if you couldn't guess, it's for what you see right now. So, what I am wearing at present is a chest plate from a company called U-Charmmore. And there'll be a link down in the description. Full disclosure, they did provide this to me for the purposes of review, so this is considered a sponsored video. That said, they did not pay me money. They did not provide me ad copy. Every word you hear is my own. I'm saying the exact same spiel as the last time I did one of these. I'm starting to sound robotic, aren't I? Anyways, so even though this was provided to me at no cost, I did not guarantee them any specific review, only that I would give my honest thoughts. And my honest thoughts are, this is a lot of fun. So you may have noticed a few of the things about it based off the outfit that I'm wearing, because I don't really wear wigs anymore. But with something like this, you kind of have to, and it's also why I'm wearing this. The reason I have this and the wig is to cover the seam, because this they do have some pieces that are more full body. They have some that include sleeves that maybe you would want a bracelet to hide the seam down there. They have some that are nearly full body suits. They have stuff for lower body. They've got a fairly wide variety of things, but what I chose to take a look at was just the chest plate. Now, you can see there, where the seam is. Now, this seam can also be covered with various makeup and sort of mild prosthetic techniques, if that is more your bag. I'm not great at that kind of makeup, so that's not something that I have tried for. But obviously they have this in a variety of skin tones and a variety of sizes. I went big. This is, I believe, the G cup, because I thought, well, I've been wondering about one of these for a while, and if I'm gonna do it, let's go big. So I am going to just, for the moment, take off the choker that I'm wearing, again, just to sort of show the seam there. So that was the reason I was wearing this. And so you do need something to cover up that seam, and also why I was wearing the wig. Now, whether or not you'll need a wig is going to depend on your own personal hairstyle, but obviously mine, it isn't long all the way around. It holds down to the one side. So even with the choker in the back, the way it kind of comes up here with the intention of going up and basically tucking in under a wig, even when I have the choker on, without a wig, that was very visible. I'll actually kind of put it back on and show you that. So if you're going to get this item or any of the things like this, the main thing that I would say to be aware of, and this isn't really a criticism of the product, this is just keeping your expectations realistic and sort of knowing what you're getting into. You need to have a plan for covering the seams. I'm actually having a little trouble getting it connected, but you can sort of see, even with this, you can still kind of see where it creeps up here at the back, right there. So that is something to be aware of, because if you're going to shell out the money for this, obviously you want to be able to wear it and have it look as good and as convincing as you possibly can have it be. And in order to do that, the seam is the main thing that you need to be accounting for. Once you have accounted for that, these are a lot of fun. Obviously, the cleavage is quite impressive, and you can, the nipples are rather pronounced as well. I would not be shocked if this video gets demonetized. But they are realistically shaded and colored, so if you wanted to do something, whether it was part of a drag number or like as a photo shoot of like, ooh, showing them off, they do look they do look realistic, top to bottom. And like I said, I've never had anything like this before. What I've had before, and what I still have, I have breasts in my closet. I have breast forms, which are not in any way attached to anything like this. They're just something that you would put complete in a bra cup. Whereas this, I actually don't have any bras that will cover this. And you don't need them because, they're not going to sag. They are incredibly perky. So you don't even need... A bra is not something you need to worry about. You could certainly get one if you wanted to get something, lacy and fun and teasy. It's an option, certainly, by all means, but you don't need one. As far as the weight, I was actually quite surprised. They're not nearly as heavy as I would have thought. They're not really significantly heavier than just what I'm used to getting from wearing a bra with larger breast forms in them. So I was quite impressed with that. The feel of them is, I'm not going to say realistic, mainly because like the texture, you can tell like that's not skin. However, in terms of like the softness, they are pleasant. Real is not the word I'd go for, but they are nice. They're not overly rigid. They have, some push, some bend, a little bit of bounce to them. So these I've had quite a bit of fun with, and like to the point that if I get the disposable income to do so, I would really like to like get some outfits specifically with the intent of showing these off. The one thing to sort of be aware of is because this is, this sort of latex. I'm not 100% sure what the material is. I should have checked that. But all the information's on their website in terms of the material if you have allergies or anything like that. So you should be able to find whatever you need there. But it is not the most breathable stuff in the world. So sweat is a thing that's going to happen. I will also say that if possible, get someone to help you take it off. Putting it on isn't too bad. There's a decent stretch to it. You can get in okay, but trying to get it off as it is kind of stuck to you with sweat, it can be a bit of work. And if you can get someone to like give you a hand, like think of it like trying to take off a tough dress, like to get somebody to like get it up over, your life will be easier. If you don't, you can still get out of it. Just realize if you've been in it for a while and have been sweating in it, which you will, because it doesn't breathe, which again, not really a criticism. I don't think something this type with this material is really ever going to be particularly breathable. But again, that's just something to be aware of. Oh, and also to note, there is some sculpting it, like this collarbone. That's not mine. That's built into the chest plate, that collarbone. So it has that additional definition, which is quite nice. And it's not 100% dependent on just clinging to your definition. It gives you some right there, which I also found quite fun. So that'll be it for this. Like I said, I've wanted to try out one of these sort of chest plates for years. And I'm really having fun with this one. And I think this is a great piece. So it's U-Charmmore. Link down in the description. These sorts of things are, they can run you a bit, especially if you get something that is, that has the additional stuff, that has the sleeves or is connected to a bottom piece. But what I can tell you is the quality of the build, the feel, the overall look, and just comfort. This is more comfortable than I had expected the thing to be. So if you are interested in this kind of thing and can afford it, I am going to recommend them as a site and a company to look into, because I think this is good quality stuff. And, while I haven't had one myself before, I've known an awful lot of drag queens who have ones like this. And yeah, I feel like what I have right now could compete with what I've seen them use. So that's my enhanced chest. Oh, and I suppose that's the other thing. Like, at this point, I do have my own bust. I'm not completely flat chested. I'm a B cup at this point. But it's not uncomfortable to have over my own breasts. It doesn't flatten them down any more than like a sports bra would. So that was part of how it was more comfortable than I expected it to be. So I think that was the last thing to mention. I hope you found this helpful or at least entertaining. Thank you so much for tuning in, and just remember that you are beautiful, you are valid, you are loved, and I will see you next time.